Hey, hello everybody. Let me make this bigger off the bat so you can see my ugly mug. Hey, I'm Paul Apollonia. Hope everybody is well today. I'm going to be showing you what I sold on eBay from August 26th, 2019 to September 1st, 2019. I was in and out that week. Took my daughter up to Philadelphia and drove back the same day. We had a blast on some coffee shops and all sorts of other stuff. Was away for a couple other days. So eBay sales were a little slim. These are not all the items I sold. These are just a selection, and I am trying my best to keep these videos short for you guys. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch them, but I've been noticing they're getting longer and longer and longer, and I want to keep them shorter to respect your time. I've been selling on eBay since about 2011, actually right up there, way before that, right about 2006. Took it seriously about 2011. Do a ton of consignment for people. Lots of people don't have time to sell their own things. Lots of people have a house full of stuff. And there are tons of baby boomers that are downsizing, and their kids do not want their tchotchkes and their stuff that they grew up with. That's where I come in at, and I find avenues and ways to sell their items via eBay and other online venues. But I also do help them with creatively storing the stuff that they want. Do a lot of storage unit cleanouts with people. I don't do storage auctions. I help people get rid of storage units because those suckers can be expensive. You can't get one for under $100 in this town a month, and that adds up quickly. So let's get this show on the road, and I'll try and keep this as short as possible. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks. Oops, that's the wrong key. All right, so the first item I sold for that week was this is a trimmer. Do a lot of parting out of things, like I said, a trimmer pull cord off of an older, probably about 10 plus year old trimmer. 2 years ago, these parts were selling great. 3 years ago, these parts were selling insanely great. So I think they're sort of tanking off. I think they're all dying off, these trimmers, because last year I parted out 2 of them, and the parts have just been sitting for a very, 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 very long time. So I finally sold this, and I sold one engine coil, which is the thing that creates a spark for the spark plug. And that is it. I think I'm going to take all these items down, to be honest with you, and just get rid of them, just trash them, because they're not bringing in too much money. But whatever, I sold this. Let's get back to what I sold here. I sold this item here, not a whole lot of money. Guy's happy with it. What I make, maybe $10, maybe $11 on it, went out priority mail. Real quick, let me go over how I do a listing. I don't worry about grammar in my titles. I worry about parts numbers, what the item is. I look the item up out on Google first and see what part houses have as a title, and I not rip it off, but I use different flavors of that. Come down here. I always use, when I'm selling something used other than new, I always use this field. I basically have the same comments, same description as I have down in the description. And here, see, here's that field right there. And there it is right there in the description. I always use as many of the item specifics as I can. I create them if they're not there, but you are best to use ones that are already there. When you're creating an item specific, you'll see a pull down menu. You want to try and use those that are already in the pull down menu. Millions of people have searched on them. My description is basically a copy and paste of the title and what I had in that field above in the conditions. Talk about shipping. I ship economy 99% of the time. That opens me up to every option eBay offers. Priority, FedEx, FedEx Smart Post. FedEx Smart Post is a collaboration between FedEx and the post office. If you take it, from what I heard, if you take it to the FedEx office or drop-off place, it goes FedEx to the closest FedEx place to your buyer. Then from there, it goes post office. If you take it to the post office, I hear it goes by mule, turtle, rat, whatever, to your destination, which takes a long time. That's what I've heard. I don't know. But I like using economy shipping because it opens me up to all the shipping options. 99% of my stuff goes out priority. So the problem with economy is when the buyer sees, ooh, 7 to 9 days. Sometimes that scares people, but what's nice is all my feedback, always, most of them, 99% of them state fast shipping, really fast shipping. So I could open up my shipping to offer a priority option, which I probably should do. I just keep on forgetting to do that. And my return policy is 30 days. That used to freak me out when it first came out, but I, knock on wood, rarely have a return anymore. I try and be as specific as I can in my descriptions. If it's broken, I state it. Let's go on to the next item. Most of my sales are between I'll be honest with you, $10 and $35. I do have the gems. This is a consignment item from a friend of mine I've done a ton of consignment for. He ended up upgrading his Chromebook. He never used his Chromebook that much. So we sold this. Price a little high. I did do free shipping because all the other Chromebooks of this model and type were going free shipping. Sold it within a week. My consignment fee is with this guy. We're good friends. We do 50-50 splits no matter what we sell. I could sell something for $20. I could sell something for $800. We do a 50-50 split. That is a rare consignment client. My rates start at 50% to the first $100. Then it goes down from there to 40, 30, whatever. This is a rare guy. I love this guy. He's really helped me out a lot in my business and everything else. And he's happy just to get rid of stuff. So I made half of that. That's pretty good, like $72 I made. And shipping comes out of his end and everything else. So he's happy with it. What I did here was, obviously, when you're selling a computer, make sure you're clearing it out. I love Chromebooks. This is actually the Chromebook I use, but that's not mine. This is being done on a Chromebook, so but I need to upgrade my Chromebook. It's just getting quite old. Love Chromebooks. They're not PCs. They're not Macs. They run on the Chrome operating system, which is a web-based computer, basically. But the apps, you can run apps on them now, and the apps are getting better and better and better. And I predict within a few years, a Chromebook will be just as good, if not better, than a PC or a Mac. Very affordable. You can buy one for about $250 and up. It makes no sense to spend a whole lot of money on a Chromebook because I believe a basic Chromebook's going to do the same as an expensive Chromebook for the basic user. But let's go back to the listing there. Enough on my touting about Chromebooks. I always take a picture of the model number if it's there. Let's see what else I got here. More info on the bottom of the computer. More info on the bottom of the computer. And I try and take as many pictures. Now, the one problem I had with this was pulling in another Chromebook on eBay, which is great when it pulls in product information, but the Chromebook that it was pulling in was blue, and I couldn't change this manufacturer's color to save my life because it was in the product's description on eBay. So what I did was I created another specific, if I can find it, where it says something about the color is white. Okay, whatever. I thought I did that, but I stated it somewhere. Here, this Chromebook is white in color. I barely use, which is true. This is driving me crazy. Where is that? Well, it's in there somewhere, I'm sure. I'm just missing it. But yeah, so I made sure that it was stated white because I had one person contact me saying it's blue, but you're showing me a white Chromebook, and I was like, it's not looking at the right model number. Kind of weird because I had the right model number in there. It pulled out the right model number, but it looked at a later model number. Sometimes that happens. And this person got that Chromebook probably about a week ago, and he's thrilled with it. These don't go for much money. These used to go for a lot of money at one time. This is a pull cord start off of a lawnmower. Very easy to take off. 3 screws. You see those holes over there. Take one screw there, and 2 or 3 screws, and it's off. You don't make a whole lot of money. Like I said, we used to make a lot of money off of these before. When I sell these, I always make sure I pull the cord out a little bit so people can see that the cord is still good inside. And I always pull the cord out and take a picture of this with these things coming out. They call these dogs. Don't ask me why they call them dogs. They just do in the industry. So I make sure that they see that they're working. And I still have a whole bunch of these to sell. They've been sitting in the garage for years. They don't sell for a whole lot, and they take forever to sell. They are what they call long tail sales. They can be in your store for a year or 2 years. And I'm really trying to get away from that because I'm having trouble finding things when they've been in that store, they've been in my store for that long. Let's move on to the next item. Oh, what did I make on this? I probably made $15. Probably. I think it went first class. I think it went right on the edge of 16 ounces. FYI, when you're shipping on eBay, first class is 16 ounces. When you go to the post office, first class is 13 ounces. That saves you a lot of money when you're shipping things. Ship through eBay. I don't know why people are so afraid to ship through eBay. When I teach people eBay, they're like so paranoid to ship through eBay. Just it's easy. Just do it. You save money. Another consignment. Actually, this is sort of a consignment. This is sort of I've got stuff. I'm moving. Please take everything that I don't want out of my house. And that's what I did for a friend of mine who moved away. But it's okay. Some of this stuff sells really quick. Some of it doesn't. It's just part of doing consignment. This went media mail because there was no advertising in the comics. Where there's advertising, media mail. They can open your media mail and check it. So I made sure, and it went media mail. I made pretty good money. I think I made about $13 on this because I think media mail was way under $3. These are Supergirl magazines or something. I'm not into superheroes. But so I sold those. That was good. Didn't go real crazy on the pictures on these because they were in pretty good shape. I just made sure I showed the magazine and the here. I made sure I showed the magazine and the number for each month that was there and the month. All right, let's go to the next item. Backpacks. It is August. Backpack season. School is back. I don't have any kids in school anymore. Yay. So backpacks are in. If you got backpacks laying around, even if they're used, put them up there and get something for them. This is from an old-time consignment client. Guy was selling big time on Amazon and getting huge returns back, like a storage unit full of returns he had. He called me. He asked me if I wanted to help him out. I said, sure. Drove up to Virginia, picked up a van full of stuff, and started selling. It did really well. Then it just was a whole lot of stuff. And after a while, he said, don't even worry about it. Just keep what you got, and you can keep the profits, which is great. So that's what happened here. Sold this for $19.99. I made about $14. No, I probably made about $15 on this because I think I went first class. The one problem I had with this, and I'll be honest with you, is I did my best. For some reason, there was glitter all over this bag. I hate glitter. And I don't even know where it came from, to be honest with you. So I did my best. I must have spent 15 minutes vacuuming this bag off. And I did my best to get all the glitter off. I hope it's not a problem. If it is, to be quite honest with you, I don't want it back. I will, and I rarely do this, I will offer a partial refund if they come back and complain about the glitter. There's really not that much on it. Maybe it's a girl buying it that likes glitter, I'm hoping. So let's go to the next item. We got about 3 more left here. A Matchbox Car. I'll tell you, not a funny story, but a story behind this. I sold this, obviously, last weekend, a couple days ago. Everything's fine. Then 2 days later, I get a PayPal notice in my email saying somebody bought an item, an unauthorized item, and this is the item. It takes forever to track something back from an email from PayPal, but I finally tracked it back to eBay, clicking through the whole PayPal transactions, and this was the item. I left a message in the what did I call it? The ticket or whatever in PayPal, giving them the shipping information. It's already been shipped out. I don't know what's going on here. I've had this happen several times before. I don't know if this is buyers trying to get their money back via PayPal or what. I'm not being negative, but sorry. Or if this is actually somebody getting on their computer and buying an item. Now, let me tell you, I used to say, well, you have to sign on and everything. And then you have to say, eBay says, okay, you're ready to buy this item. You got to click and you got to do this. But I'll tell you anymore with the way computers save your passwords. If I left my computer up one of my kids could easily buy stuff off of my account. So I'm not that hard on this anymore. Accidents happen. I really would like to keep the money for the sale. We'll have to wait and see. But this is actually a consignment item from a friend of mine. His dad used to collect Matchbox cars in the 50s and 60s. We have sold a ton of these, and I've got probably about 20 of them left that I've got a list like before Halloween for Christmas, because I sold a ton last year. I stated box damage. A lot of times people buy these just for the box, believe it or not. They will pay $50 just for the box if it's in good shape. So there it is. I take all pictures, sides, backs, underneaths. Hopefully this transaction will go through. Hey, it happens. It's part of sales. It's what it is. Big box stores handle returns. We need to start dealing with the returns too. I'm thankful I've got many. This is another item from the Amazon seller I was consigning for, a bicycle helmet. It was in my store. Then I took it down. Then I found it in the closet again. I put it back up. And it's been in and out of my store for probably 2 years. I sold it doing a lot of sales into Puerto Rico. Thankfully, it was a light item. It didn't cost me that much to ship it. It's free shipping. But again, I paid nothing for it. And at this point, he said, just keep all the profits. So I made probably I made $22 on this item, on this bicycle helmet. Hopefully it'll be okay. I took all pictures of all the numbers I could find, any kind of numbers, anything, and I put them all down here in the item specifics. Again, like I said, new, old stock, no box. I rarely ever ship stuff like this with a box because a box is so big for these helmets. Even if it's new, I always say no box because I can put it in another box. Let's go. One more item after this. Funny story, not so funny, but I am an open book and we all make mistakes. I sold this item 2 weeks ago and I'm looking for it. And I'm looking over here, over there. I'm looking everywhere for it, in the garage, upstairs, downstairs, and I can't find it. I waited a day. I looked again, couldn't find it. Notice the price on the item, $21.99. Why can I never find a low-end item, but I can find high-end items without a problem? And I'm looking, I can't find it. So I finally say, I got to cancel it because I hate canceling stuff because people buy it and they should get it. So I messaged the person saying, I can't find this item. I'm thinking, and this happens sometimes too, in my defense, eBay relists the item after it's sold and you don't realize it. Said there was a bug in eBay last year. They fixed it, but it happened. So I thought that's what the problem was. Buyer was very nice. He goes, no problem. I'm in the garage. I'm cleaning the garage out. I lift up something, and what's under that? Actually, it was a dishwasher panel off a front door of a dishwasher. What was under, laying on the floor? This thing. I immediately messaged the buyer. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I found another one in my inventory. I'm going to tell them I lost it, found it under something. They were thrilled. They said they'll buy it. I relisted it. I gave them the item number, the link through an eBay message, and they bought it 2 days later. Whew. Now, with all the time I spent on this, I made nothing on this. I'm running around trying to find it. If I would have sold it right off the bat, I probably would have made about $15 off of a free item I got from a dishwasher that I parted out. The last item, it's the old Echo engine. This one has been listed for a while. I normally do not sell engines like this whole. I usually part them out and do better parting them out. Believe it or not, the flywheel goes for about $14. Let me show you. There's some pretty nice pictures on this thing. Here, let's just make these pictures bigger. I could have taken the head off, this head off, and sold it for another $15, $16, $20, but I just didn't feel like doing it. And this thing sat in my store forever. I actually forgot about it, but I knew where it was in a big box of Echo parts. So I sold that for $24.99. I made about $23 on that because it went priority to a small box to I think it was South Carolina I went to, or Kentucky or Tennessee, somewhere close by. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Really appreciate you watching. Let me tell you about some events that are coming up. September 14th and 15th in Raleigh. I have eBay execs coming in. WorthPoint is coming in. Will, the CEO of WorthPoint, will be here. Dana Crawford will be here from WorthPoint. We're going to do an eBay seminar from 9 to 4. This is not I know nothing about eBay and you're going to walk out learning everything about eBay. This is more just a seminar, meeting people, meeting other sellers, learning about eBay, getting some ideas on what to sell on eBay, stuff like that. But Sunday's going to be a cool day. Sunday's going to be a treasure hunt day where we're going to go down to the state fairgrounds flea market and we are going to do a treasure hunt. That is where a group of us is going to go around. We're probably going to break up into other groups and we're going to look around and say, I don't have anything on my desk. Oh, here, take this mouse. Oh, have you ever sold this mouse before, Pete? No. Steve, oh, yes, I have. And this is what I did to sell this mouse to get the most money for it. I took pictures of the model number. I did this, whatever. So you learn a lot from other sellers that way. It is an awesome way to learn what to buy, what not to buy when you're out there thrifting. So please join us for that. And I also run the Raleigh eBay Meetup Group. We're meeting next Thursday, second Thursday of the month. Please come to that. All that information will be below. And please, if you like the video, please smash your like button. Really appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel. And keep an eye out for what I'm doing next. I'm always doing a weekly video on what I sold and doing other frugal things, showing you what I got for nothing and what I'm going to part out on items and stuff like that. All right. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day. I'll see you now.